is Thursday night. Welcome everybody to the Gig Workers Hangout. We're glad you're here, whether it is your first time or you're coming back. Whether you're watching live or on replay, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We are going to have some fun today. I want to tell a bit of a story from my day that also has a moral to the story and some lessons that we can draw out of it. So we're going to talk in just a moment. I'm going to tell you the tale of two old ladies. It was an absolute deluge of rain here in Florida today. We have been pounded with rain for about 3 days straight. We flooded everywhere. All the gullies, all of the drainage ditches are completely filled to overflowing. Tried to do a little bit of a live stream earlier, and I've got kind of just a separate video that I filmed. So if you want to see what some of the flooding was like all around town, there were all sorts of reports in the different local Instacart groups and of just people basically having to swim, not exactly swim, but ankle deep to knee deep water in parking lots all the way from Naples all the way up to Fort Myers area. It was crazy, crazy, crazy. But we survived, made a lot of good deliveries today. I did probably about 10 hours. I I took a couple of breaks. I did one filming break downtown, and then at the end I did just some personal shopping. But I think I did about 10 hours of delivery today. Did about, I don't know, I'm still waiting for a couple final tips to come through, but about 210 to 220. So a little bit below the channel goal, but not far and not bad considering there were times today that I was having to drive 20 or 30 miles an hour in 70-mile-an-hour zones because the rain was that bad. So I cherry picked a little bit harder than I normally do today because I just was not motivated to walk across a soaking wet parking lot for $8 or $10. So I tried to kind of pick and choose my spots, and then once it started to clear out and dry up this evening, then I got a few more just kind of normal things in. Kenzie, welcome. How are you tonight? Thanks for hanging out with us. So I want to tell you a story. Oliver, Imran, Tiffany, thank you guys so much for coming in the live stream. Mr. Byer, gang, Pedro, Tucker, Blue Supersonic, Jace, Minecraft. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. So I'm going to tell you a story tonight. If you hang tight, I'm going to tell you a story about one of my deliveries today. Thank you guys for the beard compliments. I'm trying to catch all you. Everybody's coming in really fast. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in and checking out. Please hit that like and subscribe on your way in. Appreciate all the comments. I will take time to get to all of your comments here shortly, but I'm in Southwest Florida and we just got pounded with rain today like crazy. We've had 3 days of torrential flooding. So I want to tell the story of two old ladies. Now, I have this idea that this is going to work really well. It's kind of like a freestyle story, and then I will come back, say hi to all of you guys in a second. So this might utterly fail, but roll with it. All right. I want to tell you the tale of two old ladies wanting groceries for sale. I was sent out as a shopper to look for the food, and I thought all of the shopping went really good. I delivered to the first old lady, and she was nice. And when I delivered, I had to look twice because she offered such a nice tip, an extra $3 just for my trip. And then on to old lady 2 I went because that's where the GPS sent. And when I delivered to the address, she told me the place where I put it wasn't the best because the address she put in the app was not correct. And she said my job looked like. And so she was angry, even though she made the mistake, but she decided to be mean to me and make my heart ache. So, anyway, so let me explain my story. Hopefully, you had a little bit fun with that. My tale of two old ladies. I had Eminem been real quick. Yeah, see. So that was all off the top of my head. You guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in. So today I was doing deliveries in torrential downpour, and I had a double Instacart order, and one was from Fresh Market and one was from Publix. They were both about 10 items. They were both pretty much the same order. And the sorry, I got like alarms going off here. The first lady was just super nice about it. When I dropped off her order, she said, "Thank you so much. I missed my window to get outside before the rain came down really heavy." She gave me an extra cash tip. And then the second lady, she put the wrong address in the app, but just told me to deliver it. So I did. And then she's like, "That's not my house." And she was so angry with me, and she was, and everything. So I called Instacart, said what to do. And she actually whipped her car into this driveway of this other person's house and demanded I give the groceries. I said, "Well, I have to clear it all with Instacart first because I delivered it to the address location." And then, she was not happy with me at all, like, even though I'm keeping the groceries dry and everything. So that was it. So I want to tease out a couple of lessons, and I will get to all of your comments. So one, I worked really hard right from when that whole thing went down to not treat any other customers with disrespect just because I felt I was disrespected by one. I've been working really, really hard on being way more emotionally even keeled, level headed, stoic. It's been part of my journey because I tend to be kind of emotionally up or down. And guys, please keep adding the questions, comments. I will get to all of them in just a few minutes. You guys are so awesome, and I will get to them all. So just throw questions. I'll get all caught up in a few. So I've been working on being really even keeled with doing that, and I feel like I did really well today of not getting upset and angry. The second thing that was nice is even though she was upset with me, she didn't take away the tip. So I was good, and I was happy with that. But another lesson is too, from the opposite side of how many times do I maybe want to fly off the handle at something that doesn't go my way, doesn't work the way that I want it to work, kind of like the second lady did, versus the first lady who, even though her groceries came in, they were a little bit wet because it was raining. She was just thankful and appreciative. And, it was a humbling reminder for me to really stay humble, be appreciative, and be thankful in small things. We talk about a lot on this channel with all sorts of gig delivery apps: Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, Instacart, and really any sort of side business, side hustle that you're going to run. There's going to be complaints and things that you can do that there's just going to be stuff you don't like about whatever your job is, whatever your money making thing is. But I want to challenge all of you and myself to just rise above it and find out ways to be more thankful for everything and all the small things. So, because you're not going to please everybody, and it's okay. Like, I'm okay being to that point where I know I'm not going to please everyone. I'm still going to give my best effort. And I really, like I said, I really worked hard to not let being treated poorly by one person carry over to then me treating someone else poorly after that, who has nothing to do with any of it. Right. And so that was just a really big part. So I hope you enjoyed my story. If you missed the story at the beginning, I'm no Eminem, I'm no NF, pick your favorite rapper. I am not there, but I had a little fun. Like, that was, I promise you, there's no script. That was all off the top of my head. So I hope you enjoyed that. So, and that's just kind of my challenge to you too, to be thankful, be like old lady one, who was appreciative of it. And, don't be like old lady two, who was feeling entitled. And you know what, like, I'm okay. Maybe she was having a bad day too, and she just needed that blessing. And so, I'm going to be praying for both of those old ladies tonight, because good different things going on. All right, I'm gonna catch up on some comments here because you guys just were absolutely awesome. So hopefully you're still in here. Sniper, thanks for the like, appreciate it. Farmer's daughter, yeah, that's probably not a good decision. I try to read as many or respond to as many family-friendly comments as I can on here. Um, let's see. I'm good. Shout out German Shepherd owner. Hey, thanks so much for coming in. Deadpool is cool. Statue. Name a car for an edit. We always name my car for edits, though I don't really know. So I would love for someone to explain to me in the chat when people are saying name a car for an edit, what does that actually mean? You know, like how are you editing it? Or are you actually editing a picture of a car? Or are you editing the footage into a video? Like, I don't care. I just kind of want to know so I can maybe help you guys because I get that question pretty regularly. So the car we always name on here is a 2004 Pontiac Vibe. Jack, thanks so much for coming in the chat. All right, I got the story out finally. Mr. Buyer, I hope I'm saying that right. Trixie, hey, thanks so much. Statue, wait, I'm new. Hey, thanks for being here. I got you the shout out, German Shepherd. Penny, hey, thanks so much for coming in. Imran, rain is kind of cool, but storm not. Yeah, like we've been walloped. We have just been absolutely whopped. So I tried doing a live stream, but I didn't have good enough signal earlier today, but that is posted under my lives. And I think in the background right now, I went and just recorded it not live. So if you want to see some of like the flooding, and this was after the waters receded for a while. So if you want to kind of see some of the flooding that we had after we're done with the stream, take a look over. Hopefully that video will be up in the next hour or so. Ethan, English or Spanish? Again, that's another question I get most every night. I should probably just answer these questions right up front. But I speak English, but I'm learning some basic conversational Spanish phrases because we do have many Spanish speakers down here. You just joined. Well, thank you, Statue. Deadpool. Do I play in a band called ZZ Top? Old school, kicking old school. I don't think my beard is long enough to be ZZ Top worthy yet. Sikkim, hello. Hey, main man, you're also in Florida. Were you in all of the different rain? You know, I know pretty much the whole south half of the state got just smoked here. We were supposed to have some baseball games and stuff for my son's all-star team, and we're rained out for tomorrow already, even though I just don't think the fields are going to be dry enough. Monterrey, Mexico. Humberto, thank you so much. Thank you so much for representing Mexico and hanging out in the chat. Letitia, hey. Ant Van, Roblox. So here's the funny thing, Roblox. Growing up, I was like a blonde-haired kid. And then at some point, all the hair on the top of my head decided to run away. And then I grew this beard out, and it was kind of like dark brown, or not dark brown, but like dark blonde, you know, kind of that color. And then as I've gotten older, it started to go the red, and now it's starting to go gray. So I don't know if that's considered a ginger, if it's like there's no picture other than of me out there with like reddish hair, except for like the one time I dyed my hair like strawberry blonde. T3, Marcella, Mr. Clean, Kai, thank you so much. MJ, yeah, Humberto, here's my Spanish. Ready? My Spanish is hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias. Y tú? I can count to 15, which is sometimes good if I'm trying to needing help finding an address in a complex where someone speaks Spanish or whatever. And I'm just kind of work my Spanish. So basically what I'll do is I just work to learn a handful of phrases, and then I just practice them in my head till I can kind of do them fluently. And I'm kind of to the point now where I need to start learning the next batch of phrases that I don't know yet. But yeah, I did not learn Spanish growing up. I didn't learn it in school. But I am slowly picking up phrases. Imran, we've had some requests for mods. We're not quite ready to do mods yet, but what we're looking for when we get to that point is we're looking for people who are hanging out in the chat and from going off here, who are supporting the ethos of the chat, positive, uplifting, encouraging, keeping us on topic, on topics of side hustles, making money, getting out of debt, building small businesses. That's kind of the whole deal here. Ayana, Roblox, thank you for the compliment on the beard. Oliver, cool. You guys, I can't. So, and I know I saw this before, Mr. Bio. That's such a funny. Eminem be real quit since this dropped. So I hope you enjoyed my story. If you didn't get to see it, make sure after the stream, or you can even, I think, rewind live stream and go hear my story. I think it starts about two or 3 minutes in. I guess I'm gonna have to look out at queso because I don't know. Scottish, eh? You did, Mr. X. You have that. You have that picked up. That's where the red comes from. Scottish heritage. Austin, the beard is epic enough. It carries the rest with ease. Awesome. Oliver, a side of hustle. Yes. Chili beets and meow. Hey, flying potato. Is it a side of hustle or a side of? So it's a side of hustle. I don't know. I tried to have like a fun little wordplay. So, because we talk on here about all sorts of side hustles, but the overall channel goal is to move 10,000 people from stupid broke to self-defined millionaires. And basically, wherever you are in your financial journey, we want to help you move from living paycheck to paycheck to instead being able to be just graciously generous to those in need around you and help other people make that journey themselves. We say self-defined millionaires instead of self-made millionaires because one, there's really no self-made millionaire. You need help of other people along the way and support of other people along the way, whether it's your customers or clients or your viewers or whatever. But also, not everybody cares about the physical $1 million. Some people, they're self-defined being rich is just more time with their family, freedom to travel. We know that richness. For some people, it is the money, but it's not for everybody. So we want you to define what your millionaire life is on this channel, and we want to help you get there. And so we'll take on some questions regarding that in a little bit. What side hustles do I do? Okay, so we'll break this into a couple of different categories. In the gig delivery world, I do Uber Eats, DoorDash, Instacart, and Grubhub. Those are my 4 main. I've applied for some other ones that I've not been accepted to yet, like Amazon. What's the Amazon one? Anyway, the Amazon Courier, Walmart Spark. I'm not on those. I do have Shipped, the shopping app that's like Instacart, kind of through Target and stuff, but I'm not really comfortable with it. In addition, I sell on eBay. I'm going to be starting up an Amazon store, and one of the side hustles that we're actually working on is the monetization of this YouTube channel. And so we've been kind of tracking that and kind of teaching, and I've been encouraging all of our viewers to consider starting a YouTube channel, not just to make money, but to maybe take a hobby that costs you money and start to monetize it, so that way your hobby can eventually become a business if you're interested in that, or at least become some form of a tax write-off. So we're tracking some of those things, as well as we just like to keep our ears open for any sort of different side hustle opportunities. So eBay, Amazon. I have also published a card game with my partner. We published a card game called Samurai Brothers. It's funded. We funded it through Kickstarter and published that. So I have done that in the past as well. So I'm working to eventually get a whole bunch of all these different videos up. So we've been focusing on the food delivery to start with, and I've just started making some YouTube related videos and kind of chronicling that journey. But we're also having fun of just kind of hanging out together and doing life together. It's also about just helping change some mindsets about a poverty and a scarcity mentality to an abundance and a richness mentality. So we talk a lot about that, about having a higher standard, a higher ethic, having fun, not trying to be complaining all the time. So hopefully that gives kind of a good overview of the channel. Tucker, where I live, it's 9 degrees out. That's usually what it is here, but we've just had rain for 3 days. It's blocked out the sun. Do I teach history? No, but I'm one of those crazy ones that likes to look into like hidden history of our past and stuff like that. So I'm always digging, and letting my brain run wild about all sorts of kind of the hidden history stuff. So but I'm not a history teacher. Top Dog, hey, thanks so much for checking in tonight. This looks like a job for me, Garrett. What do you do, Garrett? Fernando, hi, welcome. I am doing well. How are you doing tonight? JD Productions, how are you doing tonight? What type of productions are you in? Is music, like when I think of productions, I would think of like a music or a sound studio, but yeah, Mr. Byer, yep, that's how it is. And so I'm all about just control what you can control, right? Like you can't control other people. You can only control yourself. You can only control your reactions to yourself. Awesome. Let's see. Keep going. Don't give up. You're not alone, brother. Peace out. Have a good night. Hey, Adam, thank you so much for the kind words. And I know, and that's one of the reasons why I've loved doing these live streams and just this opportunity to hang out with you guys and just learn from you, learn with you, and hopefully teach you something along the way as well. It's been really awesome over the last couple weeks, kind of finding this time slot. So I try to go live on here every Sunday through Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So that's my kind of targeted stream, and we've been able to hit that pretty consistently. So a lot of times I'll end up delivering later on Friday and Saturday nights. So, but I'm working to eventually get the technology set up to do some ride-along delivery live streams as well. Oliver, how am I? I am doing well. I am happy to be inside and dry tonight after being soaking wet and at times even shivering cold because I was an idiot and forgot to bring a sweatshirt or a rain jacket of any kind with me today. So I was just in shorts and a t-shirt soaking rain. That's fine for the most part when I'm in my car because I can turn the heat up. But then when you go into a grocery store, they got the air conditioner on and it's like 70 degrees and I'm just like shivering. So, so why is my head upside down? BH, come on, be nice. Be nice. How long did it take me to grow the beard me out? So I need to actually get a full trim of it sometime soon, but it has been let's 29, almost 5 years now. Almost been 5 years since I have shaved. So Oliver, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Adam, thank you so much for sharing, spreading the love. C, hi, welcome so much. Glad that you are hopping in tonight. LXM from the Philippines. Awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out. Ayana, please don't spam the chat. I try to take time to respond to all the messages, but I'm trying to leave no controls on as long as possible because I just want to hang out with people. Amy, Missy, welcome. I think you've been on here before, Missy, right? I think I remember seeing you. Hello, glad to find you. I'd like to move away from the part-time position later in life slinging soda. So are you working at a fast food restaurant right now? What would be your passion? What would be your passion? Like if you could start your business or whatever. And Adam, yeah, people come and go on these streams all the time. This is actually one of the biggest influxes we had at the start today. So, it's a slow, steady build. So, hold on. Let me go back to C really quick. So yeah, let me know what your passion is, and maybe we can brainstorm some ways to maybe start moving you in the direction of that. So, yeah, and Adam. So yeah, this is so there is kind of I think it's more of an art than a science to doing a live stream, and I'm not sure if this is everybody's live stream on the smaller ones, but there are groups of people who literally just migrate, I think, to the best of my ability, from live stream to live stream. They come on the beginning to try to get their shout out, get their name read and different things, and we acquiesce as much as we possibly can. But that's how it goes. And then usually at the end, we settle down to the handful of people who really want to hang out for the night, and that's cool too. And so I'm all about that. Like every single person who comes in here for a minute or two gives us watch time, which is helping us in the general direction of our channel. Sans, hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. So, anyway, so yeah, basically the lessons that I was learning today is be thankful. Like you can always find the reason to complain, but basically a delivery at the same time within the same delivery window to two different people, and they have absolute opposite reactions to the same exact service. Like I didn't give one better service than the other. I did the same exact service to each. And I just, like, it was a reminder to me to choose thankfulness instead of complaining, to choose appreciation and different things like that. So that was really the biggest lesson that hit home with me today. And I get it. After 3 days of people being stuck in their houses and it's raining all over the place, you get grumpy. But when you take that grumpiness out on other people, like that's not fair to them either. So, see, starting to grow plants with medical uses. I also like to do things with dogs, very creative with video. Yeah, so I mean, depending on the specifics of what you're looking for, one of the things I would encourage anyone to do who has some dream of taking either a hobby or just an interest and monetizing it someday would be to start with doing like a little bit of a YouTube channel. And if you posted one video a week for the next 52 weeks, right? So if it's June 13th today. So if you did one video a week all the way through mid-June of next year, and you just try to make each video a little bit better every time, answer questions for people who are interested in your niche but aren't experts in it. So we were talking about this yesterday, and we had someone on who was a barber who was traveling, and one of the suggestions I made to him would be, if I were to search, because YouTube is the #2 search engine after Google, and of course Google, YouTube are all kind of the same anyway, but the #2 place on the web that people go to search for answers to their questions is YouTube. So if you, let's say, did, just even being whatever, like if you said how to make a video for YouTube, right? What would be the steps to do that? Or how to start medical plant, a medical plant garden in your yard, right? Like I'm not an expert in these things, but think about it from the eyes of someone who was interested in it, and you don't have to be the expert in it. You just have to be one step ahead of your audience, or different things like how to train your dog, how to breed dogs. I don't know what specifically. There's millions of potential topics, and there may be videos out there, but you might have your own unique spin out there. So for example, there's probably hundreds, if not thousands, of entrepreneurial, business, gig work, side hustle type of YouTube channels out there. But I try to bring my unique spin on it, my positivity, my having fun with it. But at the same time, my challenge to grow, be better. So we have like a 4-step process on this channel that is kind of my process, which is serve, learn, grow, adapt. So in whatever business side hustle that you do, so your first job is to serve. So right, with the tale of my 2 ladies today, my goal was to serve them, to pick the best possible products from the grocery store, to get the order to them in a timely manner, to try to get it to them dry to the best of my ability, right? Serve. And then the next step is to learn. And so I learned something today. I learned how to handle quicker. I learned how to handle a situation when a customer gives a wrong address within Instacart. It was something that was new to me, and I didn't know how to handle it, and I kind of delayed, and it made the process go longer. But now I know how to handle that process, and now I'm also going to grow. And I'll take even some time tonight to reflect and just double check, was there something that didn't seem right? And there kind of was something that didn't seem right, because when I went to check in at the gate, the gate guard, because this was in a gated community, the gate guard seemed really confused by the address paired with the name that I gave. And in retrospect, I kind of realized like, oh, there might have been an opportunity there to realize that she had put a wrong address in the app at that point, because he was having trouble matching up the name to the address and verifying it, like way more than normal. Like he looked confused and I didn't understand why at the time, but in retrospect I realized that. So now I can be like, oh, if the gate guard looks confused, then maybe there's a reason they're confused, and maybe there's something that's confusing from my end or whatever. And so I'm going to grow from that, and now I'm going to adapt. So the next time I'm in a situation where the gate guard looks confused, I'll just ask the question to clarify, because that 30-second question up front maybe saves 10 extra minutes of delivery time on the back end. And if I get to a situation where there's the wrong address in Instacart, I've logged in the back of my memory, I know exactly how to handle it. Just call Instacart right away, and then they're going to want a picture of me handing the groceries to the customer after it's already been delivered, which was the situation there. So serve, learn, grow, adapt. And then once you've done that, now you're able to serve people better the next time, and you just start that cycle all over again. And so this is the type of stuff that I'm constantly working to do. And thank you, Adam. Like I'm not a perfect person by any means, and I don't want to represent myself that way. Like, but I do want to represent the best version of myself to whatever customer, client I'm serving. So even when it comes to eBay, right? Like, so I sell baseball cards on eBay, not like super high end stuff, mostly low end stuff, different things, but I've ordered from people on eBay and they just throw the card in the envelope, like no protection on the card, no case, no sleeve, and you get it and you're like, okay, it made it here safely, but that wasn't a great experience. And so if you buy a $2 card from my eBay store, I am gonna still sleeve it, put it in a hard case, put it in another plastic sleeve, wrap it in paper. I'm gonna make sure it has the best possible chance to get to you, because your value to me as a customer doesn't change based on how much you order. Now, if someone orders a $200 card, of course I'm going to package it better. I might insure the package and different things like that. But, you know, that sort of thing is like how I want to be representing myself. And one of the reasons that I want to start this channel, and I did back in January, is every time I was watching streams on DoorDash and Uber Eats and Instacart, it was just all negativity about this customer didn't tip. And if you don't know, just join like a major Instacart group or DoorDash group. Even if you don't do those things, just join one of those on Facebook, and you will see, after moth flying by the screen here, you'll see after a handful of posts, it's just like, it's constant complaining and negativity, and like somebody will get like a $70 tip from a customer, and then the other customer doesn't tip, and they're going on complaining about the customer who doesn't tip. Like, you didn't probably deserve the $70 tip in the first place from the other customer, so why can't you just be happy and call it a day? Like, that's so I just want to, like, I want to bring, like, look, anybody can find reasons to be negative about things, you know. You could be negative about the weather. It's raining. And if it wasn't raining, you could be negative about the fact that it's hot and sunny. You could be negative. I mean, that's easy. And I know that's the way to clicks on YouTube. That's the way to grow a channel quickly. But I don't want to grow a channel quickly. I want to grow a channel deeply here. So, such good advice. Thanks. Would you care if I took a clip of your advice using it? Not at all. Yeah, just I appreciate it. If you want to do it, if you want to take snippets out, or you want to, yeah, do it. I mean, I definitely would appreciate the credit and sending people over, but yeah, for sure. Like that's what this whole, in my mind, that's what I want my YouTube community to be about. My tribe, my group of supporters. Like, yeah, like let's help each other out. So for sure. You're here, but you don't have to be at this live stream. You don't have to do this here telling people what to do. Hey, thank you. Yeah, but I want to, because there have definitely been times in my life that I wish I had people who would have come alongside me. And I shared this last night in the live stream. So like I'm not an expert in everything and every single side hustle out there, but I do know a lot of people who excel in a bunch of different things. I'm friends with people who are multi-million-dollar sellers on Amazon through the FBA program. I know people who have been selling on eBay for 15 plus years. You know, I know people who are doing some of these things in real life. And so as we grow the channel and as we grow our reach, and again, and I'm 100% open. You'll hear this in a lot of the stream. I'm very open about. We're trying to get this channel monetized. Our goal is to get to 500 subscribers by the time we go live on Sunday. I don't know. We think we're at 491 going into tonight. I don't ever see the count until afterwards. After the stream is over, we usually pick up a couple every live stream. But we still need, like, this moth. I don't know if you can see it. Did I get him? Nope, I didn't get him. Hold on. Now I'm on a mission to get this moth. Oh, he's flying away. Anyway, don't mind my distraction here. We still need about going into today 1,470 watch hours. So like still needed like half of our watch hours. And so we're just encouraging people, hey, if you like this live stream, go back. We've got a whole playlist of some of the older live streams that were with a smaller audience, and so it's just kind of more like the raw and me learning what I'm doing. But you know, if that's something that you appreciate, like that's a way that you can help the channel. And there's other financial ways. I'm not going to really dig into those tonight unless you guys ask about them. But just awesome, like hanging out with people and hearing what you guys have to say. I'm a legend. Thank you so much. You're on a mission, yeah, for sure. And see, if you're really looking to start a YouTube channel, the #1 channel I would recommend is Think Media. So Think, T-H-I-N-K, Think Media. Sean Cannell is like the main guy, and I watch so many of their videos. A lot of the videos I'll watch 2 or 3 times. Like I'll just listen. I'm not watching like staring at the screen watching, but like I listen. So when I'm out delivering, I like to be listening to something. Sometimes I'm listening to Bible verses, sometimes I'm listening to YouTube streams, sometimes like every morning I go back and I re-listen to the live stream to try to help get a little bit better with my cadence, with my flow, to see what things are working, I'm trying to make sure that the content that I produce in the live is still good for people who watch it the next day, because I would say on some of these videos, at least the full stream watchers, we get just as many, if not more, the following day. So I'm always trying to get better at that as well. So if you're looking for just different things, but I'm going to tell you, this channel is run completely off of an iPhone. I think I have an iPhone 10. I think that's what I'm running. It's either like a 10 or 11. So it's not even like a super new iPhone. This channel runs completely off of that. And then I have a MacBook Pro. And that MacBook Pro is like 8 years old. I mean, it was nice at the time. It was like top of the line 8 years ago, but it's still an 8-year-old. It's not a steady state drive or anything like that. And that's how this channel is running right now. So don't feel like you have to go out and spend hundreds or thousands on tech to get started. If you got a smartphone and a laptop to do some editing, and I mean, if you've got some editing skills, you might even be able to do it on your phone. I just couldn't. iMovie on the iPhone was too much for me to learn, and I already knew some basic iMovie stuff for cutting down some of my other videos and stuff like that. So hopefully you don't even have to put too much into it when you get started. So cool. I'm glad you're on a mission, and I wish you well. And for sure, you know, once you get your channel up and running, or cut a video and link me to it or whatever, let me know. If you want to contact me right now, I do need to get an email set up, but the best way to contact me right now is through our Patreon. We have a Patreon. There are free memberships on there. I don't even know if you have to be a member to contact me on Patreon. I don't know that yet, but if you ever do set up the channel, just send me a message through Patreon. And again, you don't have to pay. I have a free membership tier there, and you can message me through there, and then hopefully I'll do that. Probably helping a lot of people. God will be proud. Remember me. I'll be there at your live streams. Well, thank you so much, Adam. I appreciate you so much. Before we go any deeper, we spend a moment every night talking about what we're drinking. I am drinking some of this by Wonder Water. This was from a canceled order that I had this past weekend. It's like caffeinated water. And this was like open in our fridge. Like someone drank most of it, but left me some. So as if I need caffeine at 10:40 at night when I'm going to try to go to bed after this live stream. But so let me know down in the comments below, what are you drinking tonight? And I would love to know, and I'd love to hear from you. Again, whether you're live or seeing this on replay, I would love to hear from you. Like, what's one lesson, like ethic, ethos, morality type of lesson that you either learned or relearned recently? So, because I shared at the beginning my tale of two ladies, my tale of two old ladies. I shared in the beginning just this idea that to the same situation you can either be thankful or you can be grumpy, and and I was just really reminded about how to choose thankfulness. So, hey, Tornado, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. When you fall down, get back up. Yeah, you know what? Like, that's, I mean, in my mind, when you say that, that goes back to the old Chumbawamba song, right? I get knocked down, but I get back up again. What is it? I get knocked down. See, I can do a freestyle story off the top of my head, but I can't even recite a lyric. That's where I'm at. I get knocked down. I get back up again, because you're never going to keep me down, right? Like, and you have to, like, you have to get back up, because if you don't, um, one of the phrases I'll use with my kids, sometimes is like, the world moves on without you. The world's going to move on without you. You can sulk, you can be bitter, you can be angry, but the world's going to move on without you. And instead of that, why not figure out what's the lesson? And that's another lesson that I've just been learning over the last couple of years, is figure out the lesson you're supposed to learn soon. Don't let it drag out. If you haven't figured out what the lesson is that you're supposed to learn from some situation, just figure it out quick. Yes, like and subscribe. Thank you, Tornado Garden. Thanks so much. I think you probably weren't here at the very beginning, Tornado, but you'll have to go back and hear the little freestyle story that I told about earlier today, A Tale of Two Old Ladies. There's no way I'm going to do that again. Hey, June birthday. Well, happy birthday to you, Adam, coming up. So I don't know if I'm comfortable giving my exact birthday out, but I will say I'm an April birthday. So I'm an April birthday. So yeah, so what Adam said, it was gonna, my freestyle was gonna make Eminem quit. I don't know if it was quite that good, but we had some fun. So anyway, yeah, just talking about lessons learned, life lessons learned, either learned or relearned recently, lessons of thankfulness. But also, if you guys have any questions about side hustle, gig app stuff, we usually go about an hour, so I got another 15 minutes or so hanging out. If you guys have anything else that you guys want to talk about, or I'm always surveying, like, it seems like a lot of the questions are coming in kind of related to YouTube and getting YouTube started, like we're talking with you. See, and so I put up the first video about YouTube last week. Is it too late to start on YouTube? And I'll give you a hint, the answer is no, but I explain a little bit more why on that. So I would definitely, if you're looking to get started, like, that's kind of like the first video in the series of videos that I'm going to be working on for YouTube. Do I like spaghettios? I've heard that, relatively speaking, for a canned good, spaghettios are actually one of the best. Like, they have one of the best punches. You get your money's worth out of them, because they use, like, real tomato puree. I don't know if they still do anymore, but this was like years ago I heard that. So editing software. So I am simple right now, and I'm free. And so I have a MacBook Pro. It's right slightly, oh, it's plugged in. It's my old MacBook Pro. I want to say it's circa, probably 2018 to 2020. And so I just use iMovie on there. I'd used iMovie in a previous life for editing some stuff, and so I just figured it was easier to just get caught up on a few of the updates and do that. So I've been fiddling. So the biggest editing that I do are my ride-along videos, because the ride-along videos will usually involve 2 to 3 screenshots per delivery, depending on what is actually being shown, plus the actual video. spliced in and different things, and then overlaying some music in the background because I've been fiddling with that to see if and the feedback I've gotten so far is people like kind of like the background music, not super loud, but just kind of keeps it flowing with the dead spots. And that's where I do lots of like really detailed editing there and just really working it. And so still like I know there's more stuff I could do with transitions, but it's kind of like the cost benefits. Obviously, hopefully someday this channel grows enough where I can outsource the editing, but we're not there yet, and that's why that's why the videos come at the rate that they come, because you know until the YouTube side is monetized, where it starts actually producing significant enough income to take over for the income that's coming from the deliveries, it limits some of the challenges I can take on for deliveries, some things I want to explore, and that's. But thank you so much. I appreciate it on that, the edits and stuff like that. So, you ever feel like you just wanted to quit? I feel that way in baseball, but I never quit because I'm good at it. Yeah, I do. And sometimes I feel like I want to quit on the big picture, and sometimes I feel like I want to quit on the little picture, right? Like, so sometimes I just want to quit for the day. Sometimes I feel like I just want to quit and start. Hey, did I hit 500 tornado? Did we get there tonight? I know we had a huge influx. You can see all the likes. We had a huge influx that came on right at the beginning of the live stream. Well, thank you so much. I'm so excited. We were gunning for Sunday, so I'm very excited. I'll have to put up a community post afterwards tonight. That's super exciting. Thank you. So we'll celebrate that for a few days, and then we're gonna keep going towards the 3,000 watch hours. Hey, C, thank you for the sub as well. Once we get closer on the watch hours, then we'll start the big journey to 1,000. So the metrics I had, yeah, throw whatever celebration emoji in the chat. I need some celebration emojis for this. After being rained on all day and walking through ankle deep to shin deep water in parking lots today, I definitely up for celebrating. So yeah, pick your celebration emoji of choice in the chat. Throw it in there. Just don't let it be rain or rain, lightning, thunder, because I'm done with those things. So yeah, so I want to do the but I think tornado. I think I still need to get the watch hours up. I'll research it now that it's there. Maybe it'll unlock something, but I think I still need to get the watch hours up. So, Adam, what's your channel about? Yeah, like what's your channel about? McFallen, congrats, thank you. Yeah, now on the 500 is checked off. Now on the way to 1 million, right? Like, watch out, Mr. Beast. Watch out, we're coming. Hey, tornado. Okay, I'll take tornado. We didn't see any tornadoes down here in Florida, so you can do tornado emojis. That's fair enough. So awesome. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for the congratulations. That's super exciting to know. And hey, you're a part of the stream when it happened. So that's awesome. If you're watching this on replay, throw some emojis down in that chat too. Let people know. So I feel like, okay, so maybe like when we hit 1,000, I'll have to do a freestyle story that night too. So that was good. Yeah. So tornado. So thank you. I've been watching all my metrics. First of all, I wasn't supposed to hit 500 till July, so we hit it early. Based on what the rate was. But when we started doing these live streams 5 days a week at this kind of later time slot, it really got things going. Yeah, get an old phone and run my video playlist nonstop. Yeah, I should probably create the master playlist that has everything. I've been doing individual ones, and like I said, I do listen. I do listen, but yeah. Hey Grinch, thank you so much. Fast and Furious, other stuff. Pokemon cards. Oh, cool. So yeah, I don't do too much with Pokemon. My kids are not like expert Pokemon collectors. I know but they have a few decent ones. I think my older two each have a couple of one or two graded BGS or PSA Pokemon cards. So yeah, feel free to send me a link through that Patreon. I'd love to kind of follow along, and see what you got. And I would encourage you, Adam, if you have the ability, just start sharing your expertise on, I would say it might help to pick one or the other. Oh, it's Panic. Hey, um, Panic's. So I might be more unsettled by the Grinch than I am. No, no, you're good. I'm doing well. Um, so no, I have heard that strategy. So I think I need to do that. I think I need to get the master playlist of everything set up, and then I'll just put it and let it run. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Everybody who's been working. I've been noticing over the last couple days, people have been like binge watching videos because you'll just see like the timing of them. Like they all show up on my studio as being played. So I have a couple simple playlists set up. So you can start with those, and then I'll try to get the master playlist of everything set up after this stream. So I appreciate it. Okay, and baseball. So if you don't mind me asking, Adam, what level of baseball are you at? Um, are you like high school, college, semi-pro, pro, minors? Like, we're big baseball fans as family. My son is in 8 to 10 year old all stars. So he made 8 to 10 year old all stars as an 8-year-old, and so we're like super excited. Try so Adam, try the Patreon link. So if you go down the description, I think I have it up. If not, check one of my old videos. I've if I didn't put an actual link in here yet tonight, but I think I did. I think there's like a description, like in the description. Do that. And Tornado, same thing. Yeah, if you got a Discord, I can hop on in there. Love to kind of learn and see what's going on there. Kind of the same thing. You can either, I don't know if it'll let you post the link in here or not, but if not, that Patreon link, and just go through that, and then you should be able to send me a message. You don't have to pay to join the Patreon. There's free tiers. Like I said, I need to get an email set up, and like I'm realizing that now more than ever. Okay, so you play for your school, awesome. So you could try all three to start with. At some point, you're probably going to want to focus on one of those three because those are just three really different. They're three really different topics for three different groups of people. And I wouldn't recommend starting 3 channels, but maybe just do videos on each of them and see if you get some traction. But the hard part is if you make a baseball video, someone comes in, they want to see your next baseball video, and then it's on Pokemon cards, and they say, okay, I kind of like Pokemon, and then your next video is Fast and Furious, and they don't like the movie. Um, you know, it's it's something to think about. Maybe narrowing down your to one of those, or maybe you just want to be the Fast and Furious lover who plays baseball and collects Pokemon cards. Maybe there's a big enough group of people that would follow all three of those. But I feel like I don't know how well those would all intersect. And so I don't even think you need to delete your old stuff, but I would say which one of those could you see yourself producing content for 5 years on? Like which one excites you the most? And so what you can do is you can still infuse your love for other things into it. Okay, so as I talk to you right on the live stream, I'm still sharing bits and pieces with you about other things that I love, right? Like I like baseball, so I'm sharing with you like I like baseball, even though it's not really part of a side of hustle. It's just part of who we are. Um, so it's like you can still share, your admiration of Paul Walker, and you could even do things like if Paul Walker played baseball, what position would he play, right? So that you can interject your love for one, or different things. So, can I show you? Let's see. So this is, if you see in that top section there, the ones with all the green and orange tags, that's all my, like, again, most of them are not like super expensive cards. Let me see if I can find probably what's my best card that I have left. I did have a Shohei Ohtani graded rookie that I sold last year. That was, I think, the most expensive card I ever sold. It was like, I think I got like 15 to 1800 for it. It was a BGS 8.5 Topps Chrome variation. So that was last year. But let me see if I can quickly find it for you here real quick. Because I think I have an idea of where it might be. hold on. I know I'm slowing down the live stream. Yeah. So I have. Sorry about that. Can you still hear me? Oh yeah, like so. So I do like a numbering system. So I haven't gotten too much into eBay, but you can see like I have each card is numbered, and then that number is the inventory number on eBay. So when someone orders a card, I just have to search by the number. But the thing is, I didn't know exactly what number it was. So this is probably my best. So if you're a baseball fan, you might know these two: Mike Schmidt, Hall of Famer, third baseman, and Alec Boehm, and this is actually from his rookie year. So it's an Alec Boehm and Mike Schmidt dual autograph that I pulled. I don't know what it's, and it's serial numbered to 15. So, and the funny thing is, I'm a Mets fan, not a Phillies fan, but I like both Boehm's potential, and at the same time, obviously, growing up in the 80s as a Mets fan, I had to deal with the greatness of Mike Schmidt playing against us and beating us on a regular basis, except a few years. So yeah, that's probably the one. I think I have that particular card up for like 1,000 on eBay, but it's overpriced because I don't really want to sell it. You know, if you have like Pokemon cards, you probably have some that it's like you don't really want to sell them, but you know, if the price was right, you would. And I feel like that's probably one. I've even thought about getting it graded. I mean, it's been in a one touch ever since I pack pulled that one, which I don't buy a lot of packs right now, but yeah. So that's yeah, 1,500 to 1,800 is wild. So yeah, so that's probably one of the best ones that I've got. So yeah, so oh, cool. Is it a Pokemon, Adam? Is that you have a $350 Pokemon? Is it a Charizard? That's all I know. I don't know much about Pokemon. I just know in general, Charizard is always a safe bet for something that's going to have a little bit of value. Our local card shop does a trade night about once a month, and so a lot of the kids there do Pokemon. Some do baseball, football, basketball, but a lot of them do Pokemon. So I've just learned enough to know, like, okay, if a kid's interested in one of my cards and they have like a Charizard, then if they're willing to trade the Charizard for whatever I have, then it's probably a good enough deal, you know, or whatever. So, but yeah, I would just recommend, you know, if you like the baseball, I mean, because I think you can do baseball and baseball cards. I mean, I think that all fits on the same channel. You know, I think that interest is, and then you can always kind of fine tune it more down from there. But like I've been watching for my 8-year-old, I've been just watching lots of different videos out there about, you know, he's working on his swing right now. We're trying to increase the power in his swing. So I've been watching even shorts, you know, 30 to 60-second shorts. Sometimes I watch them on Facebook because that feed is a little more true to my personal feed. But just watching about like what would be steps for a swing, like if you take your baseball knowledge and just say, okay, like if you were trying to give a lesson to, you know, an 8 to 10-year-old little leaguer, what would be some of the lessons that you were taught? What was a drill that you wish you had started when you were 8 to 10 that you now do every day, right? Like all those different things. Because maybe in the long run, you know, your destiny isn't a baseball player. Maybe it's a baseball coach, right? Maybe you're good at baseball, but it's not like your favorite thing in the world to play all the time, but you really enjoy helping people succeed. Like I don't know, like I don't know you, but there's all sorts of things that you could definitely do, and there is a market for that information for sure. I used to print out cards when laser printers first came out and glue it to a real card and sleeve it in trade. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. I feel like so when Magic the Gathering first came out, I feel like there were kids in our neighborhood who were probably doing that because, you know, there were like some of these cards that were like way overpowered, and you know, so everybody would want them because if you had them, you could win. And I'm like, there's no way that you went down to the card shop and, you know, back in the day, you know, whenever this was, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, there's no way you went down to the card shop and bought like $200 worth of Magic cards, and like, and this talking like late, what, early 90s, whenever Magic came out, like, you don't have that much money. So I'm sure people were, because that was back when you actually played Magic. You know, like I'm old enough to remember when people played Pokemon, the card game, and when people played Magic, the card game. And so now it's just all collecting. So awesome. If anybody has anything else, let me know. But we're right at our hour, and try not to go too much longer. But thank you so much for hanging out. Especially C, Adam, Grinch, Tornado. You guys are all awesome. Appreciate you so much. Again, thank you for the help in getting to 500. I'm gonna work on getting getting a master playlist up, so you just play it when you go to sleep tonight. So I'll try to get that up in the next half an hour here. So by about 11:30, I will try to do that. But and yeah, I know I need to get an email going so people can start reaching out with different things. But for now, if you can figure out how to link to the Patreon, try to message through there. I usually check in the Patreon a couple of times a day for messages as they come in. So that's basically it. We didn't really do a full channel update, but if you did want to see a little bit of the weather, like I said, I did a live stream of some of the flooding earlier today. It was super choppy. I have like about a 5-minute video that is posting in the background, so I don't know if it's up yet or not. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Have a great night. Thanks again for all the support.